Hey guys, this is Harry Doe, and I'm coming at you with another episode here on Boxing Chat. Um, as you can see in the title, you're probably gonna be like, "Wait, what the hell is this?" Um, and the reason why, and as you can see in the picture, Saul one-time Alvarez and Keith Canelo Thurman. I mean, look, what are the different? What's the difference between Keith and Canelo? Besides, of course they look different and they come from different backgrounds. But I'm talking about as boxing, as a boxer, and as a boxing perspective. How do you see these guys really that different? They're around the same age, young. They're right around the same age, 23, 25. Canelo's turning 24 this year. Um, very, you know, bright stars, of the future. Well, Canelo, he's pretty much a huge star now. But why is he a star? Why not Keith Thurman? And I think it has a lot to do with you know the popularity of Canelo and you know how he looks and the way Golden Boy has promoted him, and he's Mexican, and Mexico loves their boxing. Um, and here in America, boxing is it's doing really well right now, but I mean, it's not nothing compared to like the NBA or the NFL, and not even close. The MLB, NHL. I mean, boxing is not even close to that level of those of those sports. And it's like Golden Boy doesn't want to take the time to really market Keith Thurman. They don't want to like take the time to market him. They don't want to you know get him a fan base. I mean, this he has got the goods to be a pay-per-view star. He's got the personality. He can box very very good. I mean, he's winning, and Canelo was doing the same. But Canelo was you know brought here in 2008 um, to fight. His first fight was against what's it Mosley, the other Mosley, not Shane Mosley, the other Mosley. I can't remember his first name right now. Which Canelo looked pretty average because uh, that Mosley looked actually really good against Canelo. For some reason, Canelo didn't look too well. I guess he just wasn't used to the style. Um, if anyone remembers his name, go ahead and drop a comment. Go ahead and drop it in the comments. I don't know why I can't remember right now, but you know what I'm talking about. In 2008, he was on Solo Book Sale, Channel 46, and there was probably like 50 people in that room cheering for him, and you know, it's kind of funny to see that video compared to now. His recent fight. How quickly he became a star. Um, and Keith Thurman isn't getting that love. I mean, he's not. What is it? What's going on? I mean, Keith doesn't even have a fucking fight yet, and he's supposedly supposed to fight on April 26th, and yet he doesn't have a fight. He doesn't even have a random opponent. I mean, Canelo, he can get anybody to fight him. You know why? Because Golden Boy puts the money. They invest in him. They care about where his career goes. I don't think they care about Keith Thurman. I don't think they give a shit about Keith, and that's fucked up because you know you're gonna you're fading away an American star, a boxing star. And when's the last time we had a true American star? You know, Floyd. That's different. It's pay-per-view star. But I'm talking about like just and I mean, because Floyd is on his way out, but who's gonna be after him? Broner, really? No, I mean, who an American? Sean Porter, yeah, that's potential. American star, like huge. But Keith Thurman is that guy, I believe. I mean, what's really the difference between him and Canelo? You know, really nothing. I mean, Canelo was brought up, differently and taken care of really well, and in the proper fights, and he was always in the big undercards, mostly for Mayweather. It almost seems like they built Canelo, and many of you can agree, many of you can disagree. I'm pretty sure they built Canelo for that mega fight last year, the one, which was boring as hell. Canelo didn't come to fight, but that's a different story. That's a different video. They were putting him on his undercards constantly, um, and they were just building up this guy like, damn, he's destroying all these small guys. But to the fans, they're like, whoa, damn, he looks spectacular. That combination punching, he's so strong. He can take punches. He just comes at you. He's got red hair. Oh shit. And he's Mexican. Oh shit. Until he was big enough to, eventually get the fight with Mayweather. Golden Boy had it planned years ago, man. They, they're just making they're replicating an Oscar De La Hoya, which is, I mean, for boxing, as far as business and all that, and the attention that boxing needs. I mean, yes, he is, um, he's not a waste of, I guess, of people's time. I guess he's not a waste of Golden Boy's time. They're making a lot of money off that kid. Um, that kid. I'm acting like I'm old as shit. I'm the same age as Canelo, but you know, and I mean, how many 23-year-olds, were pay-per-view stars making lots and lots of fucking money and just recognized worldwide. I mean, the last person that was like that at that age was Oscar De La Hoya. I mean, the ladies were just all over him, and because he spoke, he was an Mexican American, and he spoke English. He was even more recognized, and he had more attention, and he brought a lot to boxing, and that's what I think Canelo is bringing now. But what about Keith, man? What about Keith one-time Thurman? What if? I mean, what? Let's say Canelo had like just black hair and you know tan, no freckles, you know, and he didn't have much personality. Well, what then? I mean, what would happen? What does Keith Thurman have to have red fucking hair and fucking freckles all over his face to be a star? What is the difference? I mean, is this all about appearance? Is this all about where the fighters come from? One from from here in the States, Florida. The other one from Mexico. Guadalajara, which is, a lot of people come from there, and they have a lot. There's a lot of how can I say this? Very very deep culture. Just I mean, it's the same reason why Chivas is so popular here in the States. And Canelo, he's from Guadalajara. Um, I think it just really has to do with where he's from, and the way he looks and the way they've marketed him. And it's a shame that Keith Thurman doesn't have a fight, and nobody wants to fight him. Nobody. Um, and Golden Boy can't even get him. He can't even get him a fight with Josecito Lopez. I mean, no diss to Josecito Lopez, and I know he came in with a lot of confidence after breaking Victor Ortiz's jaw. But I mean, come on, man, he knew he didn't have a fucking chance against Canelo. I mean, you saw in All Access, how he fucking every time they mentioned about the fight and all that stuff, he's like, um, I'm gonna surprise everyone. I'm gonna do what I gotta. He looked like he was like, fuck, man, I'm gonna fight Canelo. Holy shit, I gotta go up another weight class. I mean, this is a guy that went from 140 to 47 on a last minute. Hey, you gotta fight Victor Ortiz. What? Oh, fuck it, I'll take it. Oh, well, now you won. Oh shit. Oh, but now you gotta fight Canelo. And this was, he fought Victor Ortiz in June, and then he fought Canelo in September. I mean, damn. Josecito got a lot of money for that one. He got a lot of money for Canelo. for that Canelo fight, but they don't want to put that money and invest in Keith Thurman. Like, hey, the reason why these fighters don't want to fight, one is because, of course, they know they could lose, because Keith looks, really good right now. And second of all, they're not taking these fights because they're not getting paid enough. Like, hey, as these these other guys are being approached, like, hey, you want to take the fight with Keith? They're like, wait, how much is it? How much am I getting my ass kicked for? Um, and they're like, no, I'm good. That's too low for me. If I'm gonna lose, I better at least be good for at least a year or two. Um, but they're not getting offered the right money. Keith is just sitting there, just fucking like, what the hell? Who am I gonna fight? I mean, man, this is bullshit, guys. If you guys agree, I mean, push the like button, because I think it's just, I mean, he's not getting any younger, and yes, he's still young, but I mean, you know, and what about 5 years from now? He'll still be young. But will anybody even remember Keith Thurman? Will he be able to get title shots? You know, because some champions, I don't want to name who, I don't want to say names, but because you never know. Some champions, even if they're champion, they don't want to defend it against guys that are really good fighters. That, hey, I could possibly lose my title to this guy, and I'm not getting enough money. No, I'm good. I mean, what does Keith have to do? He has to go back up to a super welterweight, because he went up to fight Quintana because they couldn't get him a fight at 47. And Thurman, he doesn't want to go to 54. I mean, why does he have to go to 54? He makes 47 just fine. I mean, he weighs no more than 155, 156 on the night of the fight. I mean, what's the point of moving up? Like he says, that's his division. You know, like he says, all these small guys need to get out of this welterweight division, go back down to 140 where they belong, and all this other stuff. And hey, it's a shame. Well, what's gonna happen? What will he eventually leave Golden Boy? Will Golden Boy turn his back on him and be like, you know what, man? We got you a fight. I mean, some guy, I'm pretty sure you're gonna win, but it's not gonna do anything for your career. I mean, Keith is gonna get pissed off eventually, but fuck this. I'm gonna either go to, Blue DeBella, K2, Top Rank, any these other promotions, and see what they could do with Thurman. But come on now, guys. Come on, Golden Boy, are you fucking serious, man? Come on, get him a fight. Get him a fight with, I don't know, one of the top, 40. And I say top 40 because, there's the IBF, the WBO, WBC, WBA, and all of them have their own top 10. So get one of them from either one of those fucking, sanctioning bodies. Get one of those top contenders from either one. Come on, I don't want to hear that. Oh, nobody wants to fight him. Yeah, nobody wants to fight him because you're giving them fucking like $10 to fucking fight Keith Thurman. Get the fuck out of here. Come on now. I mean, when Canelo was 20 years old, when he won his super welterweight title, which he fought Matthew Haddon, who never fought at 54. He was actually a 47 pounder who moved up. And what happened to the other top 10 contenders of super welterweight? They didn't get a shot. But anyways, Canelo fought for the vacant title against Matthew Haddon. He was 20 years old. They were purposely trying to break Fernando Vargas's record as the youngest super welterweight champ. I mean, come on. I mean, that fight was not supposed to take place at that time. He wasn't supposed to be champion, and he was a real good up and coming prospect at that time. But they were already treating him like he was the champion. Like he was the world. He was the guy to beat. He was the best in the world. Which really, he was just becoming the most popular in the world, not the best. And Keith is stuck. Amir Khan and Khalaz are gonna fight. Porter, most likely they're gonna fight. I mean, I'm pretty sure. you know, all things are looking, you know, in that direction so far. But you never know. Anyways, Porter and Malignaggi, they're fighting. Kell Brook, he's in England. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to fight nobody here. Plus, he's waiting for the winner of, you know, Malignaggi versus Porter. Who else? Broner, he's going down to 140, so that's not gonna happen. Maidana's fighting Mayweather. Who else is there, man? There ain't nobody else that could actually mean something for him, because he can go ahead and fight, you know, um, another contender and someone that's, you know, has a little recognition. But as far as like someone that could actually, you know, if he beats that guy, could take him somewhere. There's nobody there. There's nobody there, and it's a shame because he deserves a lot more than this bullshit. I mean, Jojo Dan's this guy. He's calling him out. He's I think ranked number 2 in the IBF. Hey, if they make that fight, we'll make it happen because it's almost April 26th. So, I mean, I don't know, guys. I know I've been going on for a little too long talking about Keith and Canelo and all this, but I mean, come on, guys. Do you see what's going on here? Do you see what's going on? Man, that's crazy shit. And I know I've cursed a lot. Usually I don't curse a lot in my videos, but you know, I'm freestyling it right now. I'm just, you know, saying how I feel. Give Keith Thurman the same treatment you give Canelo. To me, he's better than Canelo. You know, if they were fought, which could happen, if they were smart, they could build Keith Thurman up and to become a real big American star. And Canelo, you know, of course, you know, from Mexico, big star, and you're gonna have probably an even bigger fight than when Canelo fought Mayweather. I mean, come on, can you imagine, you know, Canelo versus Keith in, you know, a couple years? You know, well, if, you know, Keith eventually goes to middleweight, because Canelo, he ain't gonna last at 154 much longer. He can't make the weight. He's gonna move up to 160 pretty soon, and probably take out Peter Quillen. They're probably gonna match him up with him, most likely. But anyways, that's a different video. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. Does Keith Thurman deserve, you know, the same, you know, treatment and shit that Canelo gets? What are the difference between these two guys? What are the differences? They're both good. They're both young. They're both, you know, the future. You know, Canelo just had his fight and he already has 2 dates, and Keith Thurman has a date, but it's, you know, it's only what, 4 weeks and some change away from now. You know, it's on April 26th he's supposed to fight, and yet he has no opponent. Come on, Golden Boy. Anyways, thanks for listening to my rant. I want to thank you guys for you know, visiting my channel. If you haven't not subscribed, go ahead and push that subscribe button, and check out my other videos. And you know, yeah, that's it for today. Until next time, see you later.